Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to hop on and explain in a short video some biblical, not quite secrets. Eventually, I want, sorry, it's nighttime and the lighting is all throwing me off, so I look ghostly and spiritual. So I want to make a quick video in my Bible Secrets playlist. This is At this stage, I'm simply explaining aspects of biblical Hebrew so that you can be able to understand it yourself and not have to rely on a translator for much of it. It's not that hard. And then soon on the journey, I'm going to explain chiasms. I've mentioned them a little bit, but I'm going to mention chiasms and get really in depth in the actual text, the structure of the Bible, how it's put together, and intricate stuff, complex stuff. So right now we're in this phase, we're just explaining, we're learning about Hebrew itself. I'm going to talk a little bit later on in another video about sentence structure. I'm going to talk about, I already talked about final forms. I already talked about first the Hebrew alphabet, and then I did a video on the tags, the little things above certain letters in the Hebrew alphabet. Which will come in handy later on when I describe this theory that somebody had. He wrote a book about it, illustrating wonderful detail. But that's for later. Now I'm going to talk about the tenses in Hebrew, in biblical Hebrew. There are two tenses, and from what I've read, there are also these two tenses in Koine Greek. Which is what the Christian Bible is written in. This is the Hebrew Bible, however. Okay, now I don't feel I should show you pictures of the formation, the conjugation of these two tenses. You can just go through the Hebrew alphabet, that video I posted about the Hebrew alphabet. It's very easy. There are two tenses. There's perfect and imperfect. The perfect tense, we use this in English too. The perfect tense is, like, for example, I walked. The imperfect tense is I had been walking. So one is more continual, an ongoing process, and one is a specific single event. So the single event is perfect tense, and the continual ongoing is imperfect tense. Like, I had been writing as opposed to I wrote. All right. So you apply certain prefixes to indicate it. Okay, let me first off say Hebrew verbs are basically a combination of three Hebrew letters. They're just a combination of three Hebrew letters, and each group of three letters indicates something, some kind of concept in terms of like writing or walking or eating or whatever. Now, I will mention these specific prefixes, but prefixes in general, these prefixes in general added before the three-letter combination indicate imperfect tense. That would mean like I am walking, I had been eating, I had been walking. I am doing an action. You add an aleph at the beginning of the three-letter group. You, masculine, you add a tav at the beginning. And again, please just go to the Hebrew alphabet video I did. I just simply go through the alphabet and show you the how to draw the letters. You know what the Hebrew letters look like. Okay, so I had been doing something. You add an aleph as a prefix letter, and then you, masculine, you add a tav, letter tav at the beginning. And they, masculine, you add a yud or yod at the beginning of this three-letter combination, and then a vav with a dagesh meaning so that it would sound like an oo sound, a vav with a dagash, indicating that vav would be pronounced as an oo sound at the end of the three-letter combination. And then they feminine would be a tav as a prefix letter, and then the three-letter combination, and then a nun and a hey at the end as a suffix. She would be a tav at the beginning as a prefix, and then the three-letter combination. We would be a nun and then as a prefix, and then the three-letter combination. You masculine plural, like the Southern y'all masculine, would be a tav at the beginning, and then a three-letter combination, and then a vav at the end. You all feminine would be a tav at the beginning, and then the three-letter combination, and then as a suffix it would be nun hey. He would be a yud, and then a three-letter combination. Now those are the ones for the had been doing something. Now these are the perfect tenses. These are suffixes. These would mean when you're applying these to the three-letter combination, that would render the three-letter verb as perfect tense. I ate, I awoke, I slept, I wrote. You get what I mean. I wrote, he slept, she walked, they ran, as opposed to they had been running. Okay. Perfect tense. These are all suffixes. I, you add a tav and a yud at the end. You, masculine, you add a tav with an aw sound below it as a vowel. They, masculine, you add a vav with a dagesh at the top, which would render the vav an o sound, as an o sound. She would be a hey with an aw vowel written below it, and they, feminine, in other words, they all, feminine, would be the three-letter combination, and then a vav at the end. We would be a nun and a vav with a dagesh in the middle, rendering the vav as an oo sound. And then you, masculine plural, in other words, you all, the Southern you all, masculine would be a suffix of tav and a mem with an e sound, an e vowel pronounced after the tav. So it would be tem. In other words, the three-letter combination, tem added after. You all feminine would be similar to that. In other words, it wouldn't be a mem at the end, it would be a nun. So it would be the three-letter combination, and then afterward the suffix would be pronounced ten with an n sound. And then he would be the three-letter combination and a vav with a dagesh at the top, which would render the vav as an o sound. All right, so I think I covered all the possible pronoun conjugations, but that's it. That's simply it. So I hope you go back to that alphabet video I did. It's very simple. Just practice recognizing the Hebrew letters of the alphabet, and then you can be able to, as you watch these videos, begin to understand the actual Hebrew text. And I hope you do. That would divorce you a bit from the control that the translator may have over you. You can begin to understand the Hebrew in its original language. You'd be able to understand the Bible in its original language. There are a lot of mistranslations and misunderstandings that get in the way. So, all right, keep it short and simple. I hope to see you next time. Spread the word about this channel. I cover a lot of theories and a lot of interesting ideas. So, till next time, bye.